Hi everybody, it's Dandra for your bonus cartridge for Thursday, October 25th, 2018. I promise the first time I tried to do this, I didn't screw up the date at all. Anyway, so I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of a preview to tomorrow's episode, and that is this article, which I don't know if you remember this lowlife, this scumbag. I don't want to call people names anymore because I feel like name calling's really immature and just below me, but this guy is an asshole. This guy is the guy who was first responsible for I would say murder, second-degree murder, just my opinion, of the first person who ever in a swatting attempt. He had swatted somebody. The police actually went to the wrong house, and somebody completely innocent ended up getting killed in the process. So yeah, turns out he has 46 other crimes charged against him. That's a lot. And because that's a lot, I haven't fully digested this, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow. So instead, we're going to talk about the right to repair. Yay! The right to repair. A much better topic to talk about. Much lighter topic to talk about. So, I don't know if anybody out there in your country, but definitely here in the United States, manufacturers and customers have been in legal litigation or fighting, I don't know however you want to say it, to the manufacturers of the thing want to be the only ones to fix the things that they sell you. And I know companies, specifically Apple in the past, has sued they sued against people jailbreaking their iPhones, and they completely lost. They lost because people have the right to modify and change the things that they buy because, hell, you can break it if you want to. What stops you from breaking the things that you buy? So if you can break it, then why can't you change it to the specifications that you want it? And now this article is specifically referencing DRM, that Congress, the United States Congress, has ruled that you can circumvent DRM in order to repair your product. This is actually a really good thing, and there are specific cases, especially in gaming, where this would apply. Now, this does apply to things like I know this isn't DRM, but it is a form of rights management. Those little void stickers. Granted, that was decided a couple of months ago, but this would further tie into that those little, void if or warranty void if removed stickers, those are completely illegal. Those are not allowed in the United States. They've just kind of gotten away with it for the longest time because it wasn't really that big of an issue. But now, for some reason, they've decided to declare those improper. You're not allowed to put those on your electronics anymore. As well as Apple, I read in the article, Apple had a kill switch put in to see if you could repair your thing. Now, also the article says, too, just because you have the ability to, or just because you have the right to, doesn't mean you have the ability to. So, to give you a really good example, and it applies, one that would apply to video games, is a game that would be shut down, like if there's online servers, and the online servers happen to be shut down. Trying to think of a game that has been recently shut down lately. I believe Gigantic got shut down recently, and if you were to somehow get your hands on server files, then according to, or at least, I don't know how exactly it would work because I'm not a lawyer and I don't know the exact readings of the thing, but according to what I had read, you would be able to circumvent the DRM to get the game to work and to play it on your own if that's what you desired. Really good example would be a game like GTA 5. Okay, GTA 5. I know you can play it offline, but actually, what game can you play offline? Actually, I'm going to do this. A great game would be Elite Dangerous. So, Elite Dangerous, because the game, you can play the game completely solo if you want, but it's always online. So, if you were to obtain the server files, you would be able to play, granted offline and without anybody else in the universe, but you'd be able to play, and it would be legal for you to do so. That is, if you already own the game and Frontier were to not provide the service that they provide. So, sorry, I know I talk about Elite Dangerous a lot, but this really does apply. It really does apply to them. I'm trying to think, because Rockstar does allow an offline mode for GTA 5. So I was like, that doesn't really apply. Overwatch would be another great game. If Blizzard provided files for Overwatch, then you could host your own servers or whatever. Again, only if the official Blizzard servers were to ever shut down. I don't see that happening for another 10, 15 years, if ever, because the original StarCraft servers are still online. I think Diablo 2 servers are still online. They're not going anywhere. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's really nice. It's definitely a win for consumers. Look into it more if you wanted to look into it. Obviously, this doesn't have anything to do with video games directly. That's why I'm talking about it here. And now I have just under 4 minutes to talk about this bad boy. Ooh, one of my favorite things. So I am a big fan of adapters. I really like PC adapters for some reason. I've got one here. This is a micro SD and SD card reader. This is what I use every day to get my footage off of my camera and onto my computer. USB 3, also no wires or nothing, so it's a little bit more. But I really, really like adapters and make sure to get a good one. I have a DDR3 SODIMM to DIMM adapter downstairs. That's always fun. I just like adapters in general. And I also have some in my computer that move the power plug on my graphics card to the side opposite of the I/O, if you know what I mean by that. I really like stuff like this. This is a 24-pin power connector made by Cooler Master at a right angle to give you better cable management for your motherboard. Now, what I also like about this is that there's two different versions of this. One has a capacitor inside, the other doesn't. And if you know anything about capacitors, what this will do is provide better, a more stable current over the connector. So if for whatever reason the connector were to give you if the connector for some reason puts a little bit of resistance in, I don't see that it would, but the capacitor would account for that and take care of that. If also there's any jitteriness in the power delivery, then any funny business in there. I really don't know what I'm talking about here, but I do know that it would allow for better stability for power delivery overall. That part I do know what I'm talking about. And they're $15 or $20. I would like to get the $20 one because that's the one with the capacitor in it. I don't know, I just like it. I like it. I think it's neat. I think it's cool. I really like stuff like this. It's cheap. It's little things like this that let you customize your computer and have something that nobody else does, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on it. I do recommend stuff like this, like even the EVGA power links that I have. That was what I was talking about, that moves over the power plug. I also have a custom SLI bridge. Just, again, little stuff that makes your PC a little bit nicer. You know, it's worth it. I look at that computer every day. I look at that machine every day. That is that's my workhorse. That's my gaming horse. That's what I make love to. Social media links are over here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching my show. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the dislike button if you didn't. But either way, it helps me out. We got your Twitch, we got your Twitter, we got your Facebook, we got your Patreon. Patreon, of course, is the best one because you can go help support the channel. Click up here to watch today's full episode. Click down here to watch yesterday's episode. Both of those links are in the description down below. And click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. See you tomorrow for Friday. Bye-bye.